Hey folks, and welcome to my thoughts on a comic. And today's comic is Typhoid Fever, Spider-Man issue number 1 by Marvel. Now there is some violence, people burning to a crisp, and craziness in this one, so if you are in any way squeamish, you have been warned. Also, spoilers. Alright, let's start with the reading of names as always. One moment. Alright. So the writer is MeLedd Chapman. The artist is Stefand. I don't know how to pronounce that last name. It'll be down below. The colorist is Rachelle Rosenberg. Or Rachelle, I'm not sure. The letter is VC's Travis Lanham. Now, I'm not sure who did this cover, so I'm just gonna write all the artists down below. I'm gonna, yeah, I'm not sure. I know this is a variant, so I'm just gonna write the variant artist down below. I don't know which one this is. Alright, we have 3 editors, which will also be down below. Oh, alright. Let me just put my first virgin cover, courtesy of the boy who had 7. I had to actually research what issue this was and everything. Virgins. Alright, so, now, I read this comic today, and I didn't check prior to what issue this is and stuff. I'm so used to having it on the cover already. And even then, sometimes I need to look. But anyway, I only researched after I read this what issue this is. And in all honesty, I was surprised that this was a number 1. One moment. Right, sorry about that. Yeah, I was surprised this was a number 1. Because as I read this, I thought, I'm probably like issue 2, 3, maybe even 4. And nah, issue like 2, 3 maybe into the series. I was surprised it was a number 1 because it didn't feel like a number 1. When you read it, you're like, where the hell have I landed? I don't know, man. Maybe it's the start that's confusing. But I gotta say, if you don't know who Typhoid Mary, or I'm just gonna call her Bloody Mary, because I'm not sure I pronounced that word accurately, you wouldn't understand what the fuck's going on. You'd be like, what? Also, like, here she's ginger. But in the book, she has black hair. What gives? Alright, anyway, let's go. Okay, so this Bloody Mary character, what I know on her, she has multiple personalities in her brain, which makes her mind... It makes her mind like a TV. It's constantly changing a channel to a new personality, so she obviously can't function very well. And also she has fire powers, like Liz from Hellboy. She's parakinetic? I'm not sure how you say that word. But anyway, she has that. So yeah, again, I think I don't know much about her, but I think if you know nothing about her, or as little as I do, you'd be confused. So anyway, we open up with her in a scene from a soap opera in her head, with her doctor who takes care of her, Dr. Charles. It seems like, you know, she controls minds, so she got in control of his mind, but he noticed it, and he says, no, Mary, I shouldn't have, you know, let the treatment to you. It seems that it's not working as I thought it would. She gets angry, and then she burns the dude to a crisp. And then we see him fall out of a window. And then Spider-Man catches him. I shit you not, that's the beginning. Like, doesn't it feel like it should have been, like, a second issue? And the first issue, you know, we see her... We get a short introduction, who Bloody Mary is. Then we see how she, you know, why she's in this hospital currently. How was she brought there? You know, all that. We see that and we get to this moment. To the next issue, this is how we start. Right? Like that, it's like you're what, where, the fuck? This thing had 3 editors. 3 editors. Marvel, are you paying your editors? Or do you hire people who just don't give a shit? I don't know, maybe it's me, but it feels like a weird start to a story, just saying. Right, anyway. Spider-Man catches the dude who somehow still the fuck manages to talk. The dude is burned to black. His eyes are milky for some reason. How is he breathing? How? He tells him it didn't work. Bloody Mary. Spider-Man's like, don't worry. Ambulance is on its way. I'm gonna go up there and check. He's like, no, stay away from her web. Spidey's like, I'm good with dealing with webs. By the way, what happened to him? Like, he doesn't show him lowering him or anything. It's like, what? He just, with the webs? The man's burned to a crisp. You should be gentle as much as you can. So he goes into this, to the hospital, and he gets right into Mary's mind. He suddenly, he's dressed in a suit, and suddenly they're dancing. She really wants a boyfriend bad, I think. Okay, so throughout the story here, we go through Mary telling us her story, where we see, like, I don't know, some memories of Dr. Charles. We're gonna try a new treatment. We're gonna put walls in your brain to prevent your other personalities from going out, and that way you only have one Mary, and you'll be able to learn to control your powers. And so we see treatments, and we see how she killed 2 men when she didn't take her medication, two nursemen. And then we see this kid, who we find out in the end was named Zachary, who helps them perform the surgery. Again, it's very confusing with the editing here, because you're sometimes not sure, is this currently happening now with Spider-Man, or is this a memory of Mary's? Where are the editors again? Fuck me. But anyway, yeah, if you work on it, you'll distinguish what's what. At least it's not as bad as it was in Deadshot. Deathstroke. Anyway, never mind. So that one. So this is what. So we continue. We see Mary and how she sees herself in a TV series. She used to be an actress, apparently, in a show or whatever, and I was trying to help her, and it's not working. As we saw in the beginning, in the end, she breaks from it. Now, it seems like this kid, Zachary, he's a vegetable, apparently, which, I don't know how they push him, like, in a wheelchair. Or maybe she meant something else. But she sees him as a power source. She realizes she can use him and, make her powers way stronger, and that's what she does, and that's how this whole situation starts. So Spidey, goes, he apparently knows her. He knows Bloody Mary. And at some point, he releases himself from her. He notices something's wrong. And then they continue to fight, but he constantly falls back into her reality. Until she throws him out of a window. Again. And then, he falls down. She floats after him. Then they land and they continue the fight outside. And this kid is still powering her. Although at some point it seems like she's too far from him. But then Mary manages to knock Spider-Man to the ground. And she grabs his head. And now she puts her mind control right into him. And then suddenly wakes up in a park. And again she sells him this bullshit of, you've been in an accident, there was a fire, 30% of your body was burned, blah blah blah, I'm your wife, let's be fucking happy. So then they go on a ride on a horse, in a carriage with a horse, across Central Park, and they're hugging and everything. Poor Spidey. Crazy bitch. And then at the end we see that the driver is actually that kid. Which, I don't know if that's Mary's imagination or he can actually move. Or she took him with her. And we see that all around them there's fires, because again, Mary can't control her powers. So and then we move to the X-Men. There's Jean there, Nightcrawler, Storm, and who else? I didn't really recognize the other ones that well. I'll look in a bit. But anyway, they see all the chaos, they hear the reports, and then this kid Zachary, apparently they know him, and they say it looks like Zachary's awake, and he's causing trouble. So that does bring the question, is Zachary the one that is controlling Mary in a sense? Or not controlling Mary, or he knows what he's doing, and what the powers he provides her with, or is he really just, you know, dead inside, and Mary's just using him as a battery? So that is interesting how that works. And that's it. That's where this issue ends. I'm assuming the X-Men will go after them next time. And again, poor Spidey. So, yeah, the story was, you know, okay, not bad, but not really wow, or that fascinating. And I think if you don't know who Mary is, this doesn't make sense, and the ending, in the beginning doesn't make sense. It feels like it should have been the continuation of a story, not the beginning. Well, maybe it's like that for me, I don't know. Right, so let's get to, I'll show you a few pages of the art, just a few, because this is relatively new, so I don't know how many I can show. Or anyway, I decide I'll cut back down on showing comic pages to make the video shorter. Right, so first of all, the cover. I wish my camera could do it justice. It is fucking amazing. It's so cool. Alright, look at that. I like how half her face is painted white. I wonder if that's symbolic to something. So yeah, cover is amazing. Now, the art inside is not bad. I wouldn't say it's the most amazing thing in the universe. It's not really, I didn't fall off my seat with amazement. But it does its job, as they say. It's okay, but again, it's not really, it's not really amazing. So that's poor Charles, who, I'm guessing at this point he's dead. Oh look, figures. Because I don't know how the fuck he's still alive. I mean, look at that. Crazy Mary burns him like this. He falls down. There he is. And then Spidey catches him like, how is he alive? How? He's practically a fucking corpse. How does he have the energy to even talk? And coherently, mind you. I think his brains would have been fried by now. That's Mary. Very fitting they put her in red. So yeah, as you can see, the art's okay. Nothing too, so yeah, that's the confusing part. Like, you go from that, and then suddenly she's with the doctor. And then you have this. Yeah, but at least in this one you can figure out more or less where you are. Yeah, so that's the art. Again, not bad, but not really anything impressive. If you looked at this and you thought like, ooh, is this how in the book? Nah. It's misleading. So yeah, art's not bad, stories, Again, it's okay. They should have, I don't know, I still feel like this should have been the second issue. They should have at least given you some idea who Mary is. And to be fair, I don't know how many stories that Mary does have. So maybe this is accurate. But yeah, that's what it is. I don't know if I'll really pursue this one. Although I think I'll try to find some other Bloody Mary stories. This one's not really... I gotta be honest, if this wasn't a gift from Matt, and you know, the cover wasn't so cool, I might have actually given this one away. Because content-wise, it's not really... Yeah. But hey, if you know Bloody Mary and you like her with Spider-Man, give us a read. You might like it. Alright folks, so that is it. Till next time. And remember, stay away from crazy chicks. Especially ones like that. Bye!